Alrighty. Alright. We should technically be live right now. Just want to make sure that I am. It doesn't say quite yet, but it says I am live. So we're gonna hope that it's live. We're gonna hope, and should be fun. Should be fun, honestly. But today is gonna be quite interesting, if I do say so myself. Let me just turn up my mic a little bit so that you guys can actually kind of hear me. Stuff like that. It's right around the volume. That's a little too loud. All right. Hopefully it's all right. Hopefully. I pray to God. Pray to God that it's all right. All right. Well, let's go ahead and actually kind of hear it. Let's turn that down just a little bit. Let's go ahead and turn that off real quick. And let's figure out. Okay, it is public, so this is interesting. I've got no clue why it's not showing up, but you know what? That's fine. Something's definitely wrong, but we're gonna figure it out eventually. We're gonna at least try to figure it out, chat. I may have to turn it off and turn it. Oh, no. It's live. It's live. We got it. We got it, chat. Okay. So, you know how it is. We got to self-promote. We got to self-promote on all platforms. Because we have to. Alrighty, well that's fun. Can we post links in Weather Authority? I'm not sure if we can. Let's take a look at the rules. I do want to see for myself. No spamming, respectful, advertising, no music, no racism. Don't start drama, no one is above the rules, cussing. Okay. Stream is up. Good enough. We got that going for us. Aqua King, what's up? Thanks for coming out to the stream. Alright, we should have everything. We should have everything. Keyword should. I'm not sure if everything is set up. But it's good enough. Oh wait, it's not. Crap. Oh, there we go. It finally registered. Huh. Well, isn't that quite nice, chat? Everything got set up. All right, let's go ahead and get into the let's go ahead and get ourselves into the action, shall we? So, yeah, quite interesting day we have here. Let's go ahead and go to the Storm Prediction Center and what they say. So there's an enhanced risk for the central southern parts of Tennessee, just the tip of Mississippi, the northeastern edge, and then just the entire parts of northern Alabama, which actually contains Huntsville. So that's actually a bit concerning. Seems how that's a bit of a larger populous area. Not too large per se, but it does have some sort of populace over there. As a matter of fact, within the 10% tornado risk, there is approximately over 1 million people. So, something to keep in mind as we continue into the stream. The wind and hail risk are about the same. Really isn't too much of an issue there compared to the tornado risk, but still one of those things. Oh my god. My ears, Daniel. Dead. But anyways, not as much of a risk as it is compared to tornadoes. Good news though is that stuff is not supposed to be happening right now at this moment, but if we were to circle with my pen tool here. He's currently at work right now, by the way, chat, if you couldn't figure that out. Because he's trying to catch bits and bobs of the stream.
What's up, you sexy piece of ass?
I thought we were trying to be family friendly here.
Nah, fuck your family friendliness. We're here to report whether or not appropriate these pussies. Nah,
alright.
Going on in Alabama.
Well, that's nice.
Bunch of incest-ridden assholes are about to die.
Seems legit. Alright, well, anyways, back to the actual decent part of the stream. It is starting to get into the 5% risk. When I do look on College DuPage, we should be able to see that the satellite is the satellites are showing that it's kind of clearing up. Let's take a look. Yeah, take a look at that. It's starting to become a bit more visible. Huh?
It'll recycle later this evening.
It probably will.
Oh, that's a good fella.
I'm trying to see which one. Which ones I was saying. Yeah.
Chick-fil-A waitresses are dummy.
So right in here, this is the cirrus. This is looking at the cirrus size of the cirrus clouds. And you can see there is barely any right in this area, which means that the sun's rays is going to enhance the convective available potential energy, or that's basically just the stuff that fuels the thunderstorms. And that will kind of be the stirring pot, the melting pot, if you will, for these storms. That storm in South Carolina is producing some decent sized hail. Yeah, let's take a look at that. It's right on the jurisdiction line between Greenville and Columbia, so let's take a look at that. And ooh, that is looking nice too. The max, I didn't see it exactly, but the maximum expected hail size, okay, it's right around an inch actually. It's an inch and 1/100th, so it's actually not that bad. The echo tops are quite up there too. For the type of day we're having, about 34,500 feet up in the sky, so that's pretty nice if I do say so myself. It's really nice actually. I will take a look at the models just to see how high the tops would typically be for the type of day we're having. So let's take a look at that actually. First things first, if you guys are veterans of the channel, and Daniel's in here as well, you guys all know, in the NAM we trust. So we shall take a look at what the NAM has to provide for us. Interesting. So let's take a look at the Memphis area. Just to see what all is happening there. Excuse me. That's a little contaminated. That's not nice. Last time you checked, it was 1.5 inch size tail, but that was 10 minutes ago. Yeah, that's right around the size here. Okay, so, just by looking at the hodographs, if you guys don't know what that is, it's basically it's basically the path of the actual the parcel. So it's the weather balloon that they send up, and as you can see, it kind of starts out going from winds to the south, and then it immediately curves over to winds from the west. So that shows you that there is a bit of rotation coming out from these storms. So, and then once obviously the stuff comes all around, and oh, nice to see you, Thomas. Give me a second. There you go. It'd be kind of ironic for stuff like that. But anyways, you can kind of see how it starts to tilt over, and it creates this rotation, if you will. So you got that set up. You obviously have a bit of the Cape. The Cape is in this area. As a matter of fact, the forecast values for that area is up the higher ends of the 900 joules per kilogram area. So something that I do want to notice there is that it's a bit on the lower end compared to what it's going to be later in the evening. So, the risk obviously towards Memphis isn't going to be the same as it's going to be in Huntsville. So it's one of those things where, it's going to be this reoccurring event of some sort of big, just big blow-ups, if you will. I mean, that's not really the professional way of saying it, but it's just like, it's going to be pretty intense. Let's get a sounding out in front of this, more north of the Huntsville area, into the Southern Tennessee region, and it's just to see not really too much that I'm seeing. The forecast Cape is going to be up in the 1,100 joules per kilogram area. Not as much of a twisted hodograph, but that'll be a bit later if we switch, if we move the model viewer up by a little bit. And actually, am I on the recent scan? I am. Okay. Let's take a look and see what it looks like out front now. Yep, so there's the hodographs that I was talking about, and how it starts to come out from the south and then it goes to the west. You get this kind of rotation, if you will. So it's one of those things. And then, guys, take a look. As I said before, now since it's getting closer to the 10% risk, take a look at that Cape. And there's a little bit of a cap too, which means there could be some sort of explosion. And look at the helicity as well, as it goes into the 250 ms, the ms squared. So that's kind of interesting. And take a look down here. You see that FCST and then the value right next to it, up to 2,000? That right there, if you follow that up, that's the Cape value. And then the FCST, if you guys could actually guess, that is the forecast Cape. So it's forecasting for that area to be up in the 2,000 joules per kilogram region. Which means that there will most likely be some sort of energy, like fiery energy, to create some sort of activity. Now, whether or not stuff will actually fire off, we will have to fully see. Because obviously, the models aren't always perfect. They can only tell us so much. But even then, as I go into the eastern parts of Alabama, the northeastern parts, I should say, you can take a look. The Cape is still nice. And the helicity is really nice. But, and then the hodographs are really nice, too. Quite surprised that the risk actually doesn't extend into... Actually, it kind of does. It's right around that area. I'd have to take a look further in the models just to see what else happens. And it looks like it's just a bunch of scattered activity. It turns into a QLCS. QLCS being a line of thunderstorms that push through a specific area. So it's one of those things where it'll be scattered, but then it'll be organized. And the scattered type would probably be more dangerous, if you will. But there also could be the chance that we could have a stray scattered thunderstorm out in front of all that actually just sucks up all the cape and doesn't do anything, and it just kills the entire storm. Andrew, weather predictions. What's up? Yeah, it probably was a ghost that modded you. It probably was a ghost. So, what?
I'm dying.
You're dying? You're in Houston, for God's
Yes.
sake.
What? No, I'm not in Houston, you idiot. I'm in San Angelo.
You're still over there?
Yeah, I'm heading back tomorrow. I need to hurry up and get my ass back over there. They're about to lock down the city.
Oh, nice. Fun times.
Oh, hey, Nate.
Yeah.
Hey, Nate.
What?
I want to ride the Yoshi.
Oh my God. That's hilarious.
Oh, God.
Um,
Definitely blow my brain off on stream if I spill this Chick-fil-A drink.
well, I mean, I don't know. I don't care. You can do whatever you want. All right. So, this is the HRRR model, or I don't say it fully all the way out. People say that I say it wrong, but some other people agree with me in saying that's the HRRR. People say it however they want. I say HRRR. Make fun of me for it. So, notice how the hodograph goes out and then it curls outwards, creating this rotation, if you will. So, still one of those things where the overlapping of the winds will definitely just push it over the top. And if you take a look at the helicity too, it's ranging up into the almost the 300 ms squared range. The forecast cape, however, is not as strong as the NAM, being at 1,500 joules per kilogram, but still one of those things where it's the continuous rotation up in the atmosphere that creates this unstable air mass, providing supercells. So it's one of those things where we do have to be careful when it comes to what all happens, and you can actually see there's Huntsville right there. So it's right smack dab in the middle of the risk. Actually, not really smack dab in the middle of the risk, but it's right in there. And it's on the southern end of the risk, so it actually probably gets a higher chance of getting strong tornadoes due to it being closer to the higher cape values. And that's just mainly the reason for that being because it's closer to the Gulf of Mexico and just any body of water, so the moisture just gets sucked up, as well as daytime heating. So, you know, it's just stuff like that where, you know, it really depends geographically as to where you're at. But as for right now, the risk when it comes to just, you know, severe weather is mainly near South Carolina, as well as you can now see the line moving its way into Tennessee. So this is the line right here that will possibly produce those 10% risk 10% risk tornadoes. Now I say possibly because there's a bunch of other factors that could go into it. But and it's one of those things where we do have to be careful as this all heads into some very unfavorable air mass. It's favorable for convective, well, not unfavorable. God, I mixed my words. Very unfavorable. Very favorable for convective development. So,
Go cover the severe in South Carolina.
That's probably a good idea. That's the only thing that's going on right now. It was you that secretly modded him. Seems legit.
What, me? Why would I?
No, not you. I'm reading chat.
You know what? Just for that, I'm gonna ban everyone in chat.
No. We've got a nice little community going on here. We got a nice little community going on here. You don't need to ban everyone in chat. So, yeah,
sure we do. What the hell are you talking about?
Oh no.
Speaking of which, our Lord and Savior, everyone, Zaz. If you guys, if you guys don't know, he's basically the leader slash owner of the server that I am currently speaking on. And let's put it this way. He knows more about weather than I could ever know until I'm probably in my mid-20s.
OEM
So,
manager, what do you think?
yeah. So, if he has something to say, it's important. Just take... Let's put it this way. He will fuck around every now and then, but he usually says some important shit. So, pay attention to him.
What's up, fools?
Yeah, basically. Sup?
What's up, guys?
Hang on. Let me put it in chat.
I was about to say, it's like I'm just fucking around with a new toy.
Mm.
Don't get people asking me questions now. Fuck off.
Oh no, I'm not. It's not like I'm gonna. It's not like you're like active in chat or anything. So kneel before your God. Yes, he is here. At this point, you know what? I have a conscience. I'm not gonna. I feel like Zaz couldn't give two shits about my YouTube channel, honestly. So I'm not gonna invite him to this server. Because that's honestly the truth. So
Sorry, lads.
yeah. Heard it here first. But that's not the point. The point here is for us to inform you guys about any sort of potential for severe weather, as well as just possibly forecasting, maybe, every now and then. Storm reports. Stuff like that. So as of right now, really all there is this cell over here in South Carolina, with echo tops reaching up to the 35,400 feet range, so that's quite nice. Actually relatively high for the type of day that we're going to have. But you know, it's still one of those things where, you know, when this stuff does happen, you do have to pay attention. So this is what we're doing right now. Seems to nothing else is happening. With that being said, nothing really too much. I mean, the warning calls for quarter size hail. The maximum expected hail size it went down just a bit, but then it went back up to 77/100ths of an inch. So it's getting there. It at one point did. Yes, Daniel.
Nate,
Are you
a self-taught professional meteorologist?
Right now, technically I can claim to be, but I'm just a weather analyst.
Are you based off of skill?
I mean, right now I am. In 4 years I won't. 4 years I'll be based off of a degree. Yeah.
He's a fraud, ladies and gentlemen. He's a fraud.
That means no. He's basically David Schlotthauer.
I'm basically just the worst streamer in the world. True facts. So, anyways, with that being said, why are you still here?
Good question.
Hey, no, shut up. Go bully people on Twitter.
I thought that was AJ's job, honestly.
Hey, Daniel, you seen my new toy in general?
Yeah, I mean...
Huh?
Ooh,
Fuck
that
for
actually
that.
looks nice.
Oh, yeah.
Whew.
I'm looking forward to fucking around with that thing.
Alrighty. Yep, so, as I said, there's the line right there, chat. This right here seems to be a part of the line, but it's not fully convective yet. It seems as if the cap over there in that region hasn't fully, you know, popped off, so no breaking of the cap quite yet, but it probably will later, specifically around, you know, the 4 or 5 o'clock range. But as of right now, this is just the main area of the 5% risk before it turns pretty bad. So as I said, chat, I'm basically the guy that tries to get everything that the big streamers don't. So, with that being said, this is where I am. I do want to take a look at some future models just to see, because there is a risk that I have been looking at for a while, and this will be on Friday. So people I guess in the Missouri River Valley area might want to just, look at this more towards the Central Plains, but it's one of those things where can't be it can't hurt to be cautious. So let's take a look here. There's the risk right there as it develops. I will take a sounding here, even though these, soundings aren't too reliable for it being that far away. Jesus Christ, that's a lot of cape. And then it actually looks like the echo tops are going to be quite nice over there too. So I guess we'll have to see tomorrow, especially with what all happens in the NAM model. But that looks relatively nice. And I do want to take a look a bit further south into Texas, because I do believe that there's going to be a risk over there as well.
No, there won't.
Yeah, so the line forms. Let's take a look at southeastern Oklahoma. Forecast Cape's supposed to be around 2,000. We'll just say right around 2,000 joules per kilogram, and then the helicity is actually pretty nice, up at 200 ms squared. So that's not bad. Shear is okay. Around, I mean, it actually is okay now that I think about it. Because surface to 1 kilometers up in the air, it's 27 knots, so that's not really too good. But it could be better. Could have severe weather in Illinois on Friday or Saturday. Maybe you might be able to. Let's take a look at the Ohio Valley for that. Probably not. You might have a little bits and bobs on Saturday, but I don't think it'll really be on I don't think it'll really be on Friday. It'll probably be on Saturday.
Hey, Nate.
Yep.
Get a green screen.
I probably will.
Please.
Probably will, honestly.
Please get a green screen and get rid of that crappy bedroom background. Have
Well,
it blend in with the you know what I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
When are we looking at the biggest potential for severe weather today?
Probably around 4. Well, actually, that's Eastern, so actually, yeah, 4 or 5 Central is right around when you're gonna wanna
Cool. Well,
be
I'm gonna
watching.
hop off in about 30 minutes. I have to do some work trainings, but after that, I'll be on probably for the rest of the night, and I can probably follow Settlers because I feel like we're gonna see a couple of things. They don't bump it to 10% at the last minute for nothing.
I mean, that's what they typically do a lot. That's what they did with Alexandria.
This is technically my first severe season, so.
First severe day or severe season?
Season.
Oh, okay. Well,
I think I caught the trailing end of last severe season, but this is my first full severe season that I actually monitor and follow.
Yeah.
Maybe even chase in.
That's the plan, isn't it?
Corona may have thrown that completely off track.
Yeah, maybe late part of May you might be able to. but that's when it
Well, it's
gets really
financial. Well,
frisky.
it's financials now. I've been out of work for nearly 2 weeks.
No paid leave?
No, no,
That sucks.
they don't care about us that much.
Well, that's kind of true now I think about it. It's a cellular service. It's not like it's one of those,
Oh,
you know,
but apparently we're considered an essential service because some of our stores are still open even amidst the lockdown.
well, that's kind of
You know what? I want
strange.
hazard pay. I want hazard pay.
Hazard pay seems legit.
They ain't gonna give you diddly squat for this.
Um,
Emergency management here is at a partial activation, so
Yeah.
I'm getting I'm getting a report every half hour, and they keep spamming my fucking inbox.
I think I heard reports that National Guard is coming to Houston next.
They're getting deployed everywhere. That's a federal order, not a state order.
No, isn't it? Just your daily PSA. I sponsor Nate's stream. I give him 5 cents and do things to him that I'm not proud of. But wash your hands, stay inside, and don't risk infection. Go ahead. Go back to what you were saying, Nate.
Yeah, and if you have to choose between coronavirus and the tornado, probably go for the coronavirus. Just saying.
Well, funny thing, you know Mike Lowry, right, Patrick?
Mm-hmm.
So he was at NESC and he was giving a talk, and his job was really interesting. I really liked what he had to say because I'm sure you know this, but his job is basically what happens when you've still got the outbreak going on in June and you've got like a Cat 5 drained up in Florida. How do you work around the pandemic and how do you work around getting those people out of there? And I just found that so neat.
I mean, at the end of the day, we have to choose between the greater of the threats.
Yeah.
And honestly, if there's a Category 5 barreling down, I don't care about a pandemic. We're getting people out of here.
Yeah. Yeah. But he works around trying to figure out the best way to get them out of there.
Walk.
All right, head to West Florida and start swimming. Don't stop till you hit Louisiana.
Pretty much.
Nate, the hell are you even doing?
I'm just looking at models and stuff. Looks like the storm in South Carolina is weakened. Yeah, I'd say so. I'd say it's weakened quite a bit.
This is the opening act. We're not going to see anything real right now.
Oh, for sure. We're not going to see anything for a while. I don't think they're good. There could be.
Don't think that just because they've tossed out a couple of severs, there are automatically going to be tornadoes. You're going to have to wait until at least tonight to see that. Maybe you're saying what, 4?
I'm saying 4 Central.
Okay, so yeah, 4 our time is when you start seeing things, maybe.
I'm going to hop off for a little while then.
All right.
Just ping me if there's a tornado emergency.
10-4.
Yeah,
See you later, Zaz.
Mm-hmm.
Have a good one. Take it easy, Patrick.
Yeah, have a good one.
As quick as he got on and as quick as he got off. The rare occurrence of the legendary Zazmataz.
So, Nate.
What?
Now that you and I are alone.
We're technically not alone.
Shut up. Now that you and I are alone. Have you played the new Animal Crossing?
No, I have not. I haven't been able to get out of my house.
You can buy it on the Switch.
I sure can, but do you really think I'm going to buy it on the Switch instead of a cartridge?
I mean, it's better in case the cartridge gets corrupted.
You do realize it's easier for the game on the Switch to get corrupted than it is on a cartridge.
Shut up, Nate.
Yeah, chat's gonna be a little bit quiet until a little bit later tonight. That's when the
Oh.
fireworks will be popping off. And then everyone will want to know what all is happening. There isn't just a lot of discussion topics right now. I just basically do this to make sure that I get everything. I make sure that I try and get everything as possible. So say like a tornado that pops off, like say in the next 5 minutes. No one's gonna be looking at that right now. But I will. And so I'll get that and I'll provide the information as best to my abilities and probably better than anyone else in my opinion. And so I'll be there. It's I do the dirty work. Basically. I will say though, there is a bit of a dead zone where this area is heading. So right in the beginning of the 10% risk, there is quite the dead zone.
Watch, it's gonna be where the tornado touches down.
You'd think. You honestly would think. It's not as bad of a dead zone, but it's a dead zone. Nevertheless, some rotation in Tennessee. Let's go take a look at that then, shall we? Probably right along the QLCS. I kind of see it just to the south and west of Dyersburg, just to the west of Fulks. Whether or not that produces, I mean, the spectrum width is quite nice with it. The echo tops go, it's inconsistent. But then again, it could be hiding the overall tops of these cells. Let's take a look at the infrared and see how tall those tops are. Okay, so it actually is a bit loopy. I mean, tops go up to 34,000 feet up in the sky. There's the potential for it along the line, especially some surging winds. But I don't really see too much rotation. Usually it's just this line out here that surges out. It could be behind the cell a little bit back in here. That's where I kind of see it, but it's not too much of a rotation. So I kind of agree with no call right now. Speaking of bloody legends, we've got another guy who it's not as rare as Zaz, but it's still a pleasure to have him along.
Who's in here?
We've got Brendan.
Gentlemen.
Oh god. Wow, you're actually here.
Usually
Yeah,
he's here.
cool.
Usually
No,
he's
go back
here.
and do your homework. We'll send you to your room, by the way.
I'm actually configuring just this monstrous flash drive right now that's going to be about probably 16 to 18 of 32 gigabytes of just raw weather stuff. Like it's going to be like all of like my next rad stuff for like GR2 Analyst, color tables, screenshots and stuff from all our shenanigans on stream.
Oh, hey, Brendan. Brendan,
yeah.
now that I've got you voice to voice, I have something to tell you.
Yes, what's up?
Grow your hair back quicker.
I can't stress enough. Don't even mention it. I'm not very happy about that.
From what I heard, it was just supposed to be a slight shave, and you just had nothing left.
Dude, yeah, like my hair is like officially alivened. Like, I'm not very happy right now.
Well, welcome to the stream, Brendan. I'm just verbally harassing Nate while he tries to give weather information.
Yeah, there's not too much going on right now. If you wanted to come back to the fireworks show, you probably should come back right around 4:30, Ruff. But
I'm not gonna see anything right now.
Yeah.
What's going on right
now? I don't know why you started streaming.
I started at 1 specifically because I obviously do the dirty work, so I get what most people don't. What's happening right now is that a cold front is passing through, I'd say, bits and bobs of northwestern Tennessee. There is supposed to be. I see a bit of a line on radar, but it's not fully convective yet.
Oh
Um,
yeah, I see that.
that will possibly pop off a bit later, probably in the next 2 hours, maybe hour and a half. Um, but it's one of those things where right now it's the calm before the storm, and just
Right.
that's where daytime heating does its thing. All right, Aqua. Whenever your PC survives again, come back if you can. I'll be here for a while. True facts. Let's take a look at the cirrus clouds. Yep, look at that open area right there for daytime heating to do its thing.
Oh, Brendan,
Yo.
do me a favor. Check your Snapchat really quickly. I sent you a photo today. I'm trying to figure out clouds. I want to see if
Oh.
you guessed it correctly.
Let's see here.
Clouds. Daniel's
Um,
trying to figure out clouds.
Nate, I'm learning, okay?
Yes.
There's more that I can say for certain people that stream and claim to be self-taught professionals.
To answer your question, you are correct. I'm
Yes, they're Ultrastratus. I guessed it right.
90% sure if those exist. Say, how do you, just out of curiosity, how do you figure how much space you have left on a flash drive?
It should tell you on the computer settings. It should tell you 16 of 18 gigabytes used or something like that. Usually, if it's in the red bar, you don't have that much more space.
Yeah, you would go to this PC, and then it would be devices and drives.
Yeah.
Here,
This,
I've
this
already
is, sorry, I'm used to Windows 7 as my computer.
I've already figured it out. It says used space 4.7 gigabytes, free space 24.5. Okay.
All right, you've got plenty of space.
You got space.
Alright.
You got space.
You've got
That's
plenty of space.
That's gonna
Man, Nate, I'm
slowly
gonna head
begin
off
to
in
decline.
Nate, I'm gonna head off in about 10 minutes, and I'll be back at about 4:30, depending
Yep.
on whether or not I take the quiz.
Sounds good. Yep, the plan here is just basically to chill out, answer questions, do forecasts, and then hopefully by the time all of that is done, we will at least get some sort of activity.
Brendan, you gonna be on tonight?
I don't know. Maybe. Tomorrow's my 8:30 class, so I might be on. I'll let you know.
Okay. Yeah, let me know when we're gonna voice chat, because it sounds like everybody's gonna be here for the storms tonight.
Alright.
So,
Or at
Alright.
least Saz is going to try and be on if there's a tornado emergency.
I'm
Alright,
sure
cool, that
he's
sounds
gonna
good.
Show up.
Oh,
I'm
of
sure
course
he's
you
gonna
will.
end up showing up. Yeah.
Yeah. Alright.
How are things going with you, Ruff? How's the girlfriend? How is the family? Everybody's still in isolation?
Yeah, we're just kind of chilling, laying low. Had class this morning, just been kind of a pretty relaxing day, just kind of chipping away at some coffee, chipping away at some homework. Physics class went about 30 minutes over schedule, but it was fun. So pretty mellow day, honestly. It's pretty nice out. We got a good amount of snow last night, though, probably about 6 inches or so. So no complaints.
How about you, Nate? What are you up to? Are you technically quarantined?
I technically do what I want, but more or less I'm quarantined. Although up here in PA, we don't really have that many rules, and in my other state, West Virginia, they're trying to create rules, but they don't have the intellect to do so. So they created an order to where it's not martial law, but you can't get out of your house after 8 o'clock in the evening.
Yeah, that's just martial law with extra steps. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and our governor is a bit of an idiot, I gotta say. If you didn't watch that video that I was showing you all in Off Topic, I wasn't trying to get political because he's technically a part of my political party, but he's an idiot. I have no clue. Well, now that I think about it, most politicians are idiots, but that's besides the point.
Well, I'm making a drive home tomorrow. I was originally going to leave Thursday, but I have to leave tomorrow now because they're shutting Houston down tonight.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they are. It's not technically a shelter in place. It's a shelter in place with extra steps.
All right,
It's,
that's not
no,
bad.
you know what you were talking about in Big Daddy, where they lock down the leisure but leave the essentials.
Yeah, of course.
That's exactly what it is.
Well, that's what it's going to be regardless of the situation. There's not going to be like a standing in front of your house. If you come out, they just mow you down or something. No, that's
No,
not even
Brendan,
going to
Brendan. You can say what you mean.
Oh, crap.
China.
be exactly. Ugh. Oh my
2%
gosh.
risk for North Carolina and South Carolina tomorrow for tornadoes? I did say before, I said welcome to Dorian Part 2. If that was going to be the thing. Mini
so
Dorian.
They just dropped another. They just dropped a new SPS out for that
Yeah.
storm out like Dyersburg, Trenton area,
The
Northwestern Tennessee.
MCD. Yeah, I was reading in on that a little bit. They probably won't issue a watch until probably an hour from now. There's just not too much stuff. I looked at the models and I didn't really see a lot of energy to boost its convective potential, if you will.
Nate, have you played Halo?
Are you an idiot?
I mean, kind of. Answer the question.
I literally played Halo with you the one time.
Oh, that's right, you did. So you played the second one.
Yes, I've played all of them.
So you remember New Mombasa, right?
Yeah.
Somebody posted 5 photos of New Mombasa on Facebook, and they're like, "Never seen New Mombasa this empty. Virus is really hitting hard."
That's hilarious.
Nate?
Mm-hmm.
Delete these 29 items. Oh my gosh. I just
Don't have to be lonely at quarantineonly.com.
Siege it.
let's see what I've just cleared off of my computer.
How much space did you open up?
Over 8 gigabytes.
My God.
Jeez, dude.
So honestly, in comparison to the full size of a computer, that's not a lot.
Oh, I mean, it's at a point to where it's just like kind of like any less data on this will just allow it to run that much faster.
Brendan,
Like
go
this.
to your search bar. Go to your
Hold up.
Haha.
search bar.
Well, that's the dinosaur computer that I'm talking about.
Well, try disk cleanup anyway. Just search up disk cleanup and run that.
Oh, don't worry. I run it weekly.
Well, you're screwed then. I'm sorry.
Alright, let's see what happens. Now I'll begin the grind of doing all that cleanup stuff on the new computer.
Alright, well chat, let's get some music going. Because I feel like it's a bit dragging, if I do say so myself.
Linkin Park numb.
No, I'll get copyrighted.
I become so numb.
I will definitely become copyrighted.
Here's one to look up, and I think I sent this one to you, Brendan.
Which one?
It's called Hustler by Zayd Wolf.
No, I think you showed me that one actually.
Ooh, Zayd Wolf.
No, I sent it to you on Discord the other day.
Yes.
Yeah. Look that up. It's a really good song.
Ironically, we're playing a song right now, chat, called Chasing Storms. By the way, all these songs are not copyrighted, so you can use them in your own streams if you have them. But, yeah. It's one of those things where we're trying to get some sort of profit, but we're not getting a profit. So, fun times. We get that profit if we get up to 1,000 subs, though. So,
New York Governor Andrew Cuomo emphasizes his priority in the battle against coronavirus is to save lives. Quote, my mother is not expendable and your mother is not expendable. We're not putting a dollar figure on human life.
Bold strategy.
Sure goes back to the 1800s when we put dollars on... sorry.
So let's take a look at all the stuff going on. Yeah, the line's kind of weakened a bit. That makes sense.
Ooh, do you think we can roll the dice? Do you think I'll be able to call 2 tornadoes again tonight, Nate?
Pardon?
Should I roll the dice? Should I start calling for tornadoes tonight? Like
I
did
mean, you
last time?
can. But I think if you were gonna make a prediction, you'd have to say, like, where specifically. I would say...
Brendan,
I would
you
say...
should've been there.
Yeah, we were making predictions all over the place. And just, like, based of how the storm was, like, looking and stuff. This was the 10% risk where we had the so-called twin tornadoes on the stream. But apparently it wasn't. It was just one giant circulation.
Was it?
Yeah, apparently it was an EF1. Apparently it was just
I'm
an
disappointed.
EF1. I am too. I'm quite disappointed. Now, granted, it was looking up about 8,000 feet up in the sky when I was looking at NextRad data, but it still had vigorous rotation and 2 separate cells with debris signatures. It's just like, what?
It's a cover. It's a cover up. It's a government cover up. They're trying to cover up tornadoes.
The real question here I'm trying to figure out is why in the world is my sub thing not going on? Like, usually we will have the this sub notification go up with, like, somebody's name, and then I'll just be like, thanks for subscribing, I'll add you to my collection. But we're not having it. Apparently, it's not working.
Try restarting.
No, I'm not gonna restart the stream. What are you talking about?
And stop complaining about it not working if you're not going to do anything to fix it.
I've been trying to, but I gotta fix it after every single stream just to see what it does. And I'm not doing any more test streams until I'd go out storm chasing.
Yeah, no, those are annoying. I'm tired of getting those. Hockey Boy Nate has started to stream. Oh boy.
Oh god.
More seismic activity reported outside of Odessa this week.
Welcome to the oil
Remember,
fields.
wash your hands.
As I casually touch my face with my hands. It's important to notice. I'm sorry to say everything is best if we kick everyone.
Oh, new report shows that nearly a third of the world is under coronavirus lockdown.
I'm sorry, what?
Mm-hmm. But have you seen...
Hold on. Daniel, look at Weather Authority.
Oh boy.
Oh no. I don't want to, though. Hey...
So much drama.
Oh boy. What's happening today?
Oh.
Take a look at general chat.
Did he really
We got
post
people.
that? Did he really just post that?
Good God.
What just
I
happened?
went for an immediate thumbs up.
That was hilarious, Daniel. You absolutely
Okay, no,
bloody
hang on,
ruthless.
hang on.
I'd say
Brendan's
take it away.
message.
Take it away. Take it away.
Hey, yeah, hey everyone, important notice. I'm sorry to say, but I think it's best if I kick back from the weather authority.